Okay, I have a ton of people say you can't do an open air cleaner on these Magnas because there's no room. So I went to Napa, and don't mind my mess, but I'm going to scroll over to here. And I bought a Napa 2747, which is 3.5 inches high by 5 inches wide. And as you can see, it fits in there perfectly. And it is off to one side, but that's only because the wire's over here. So I kind of off-centered it. But this piece on the top of the intake, which the intake is sitting there, it's not bolted, which I'll have more room. This is just a piece of plastic. This is only like 1/8 of an inch thick. If I were to do it again, I'd probably run 1/4 inch thick. It'd be easier, but I'm going to actually make a gasket or silicone for the rest. But as you can see, it does fit in there, and it will clear the tank and everything. I'll actually have a wing nut on here. This is just actually a guide nut, so I knew where to drill the holes. As you can see, I got more than one, which I'll fill those with weld. As you can see, it fits perfectly. Now I'm going to pull the plate back out, and the thing, as you can see, looks like almost like a car. There is, in the inside of your intake, there is actually a small hole, which I'm going to go over here and get a flashlight. As you can see down in there, you see that hole right there? That is actually a 6mm by 1.0. I'm going to use all thread when I'm done. It will come all the way up, and it will actually pull the box down at the same time. This hose here, of course, the one that will go back to the where it used to go back to canister, will be plugged off. But you can run an open air cleaner. It is possible. That hole, as you can see, I've got a bolt there and a bolt there, just barely holding it. But that hole is 3.5 inches. This flap here, oops, sorry about that. Give me 1 second. This flap right here is actually, it had a hinge here. This flapped on a semi 5-inch flap. So what I did is I cut this off. It's already beveled a little bit, and it fits perfectly on the filter. As you can see, it literally is perfectly. So when I drilled the holes and I screw it down, which I'm going to paint mine, you can run open air cleaner on a Magna. Now, I was going to use the original thing, but if you ever notice on the originals, they're not flat. I'd have a hell of a time trying to get that to seal. So I gave that up. That was just a lost cause. If yours is still flat, you can use it and do the same thing. But this circle here is actually like 4 3/4, so it only gives you 1/4 of an inch or so on each side to bolt it down. So you can do an open air cleaner on a Magna, and it's actually very easy to change because it'll be held on with a wing nut. So you just lift your tank, change your air filter, put new one on, boom, you're done. Once I'm done, don't mind the tie straps and all that. This is all trial and error stuff on a 1982 Honda Magna. As you can see, I've got some stuff. I'm actually bobbing it, so you can see it's got shorty shots. Those are 11.4s. Oh well, you can kind of see what I'm getting at. If there's any other modifications anybody else wants to know, I'll try to post them for you. If you have any questions, leave the comments.